I am from a small tribe in the North Woods. Our reservation is quiet. The hills are green in summer and white in winter. The river runs by my house. My family has lived here for a long time. My name is not important. People just call me the ranger because I check the trails for the tribe. I am 29 years old. My mom died 2 years ago from sickness. My dad died when I was 15. The police said it was a hunting accident. He fell and hit his head by the river. I believed them. After Mom passed, I stayed alone in the old wood house. It has 2 rooms and a porch. I work every day. I drive the truck on dirt roads and make sure no one cuts trees without papers. In the evening I sit outside and listen to the wind. My grandfather taught me that. He said the land knows things. I thought it was just old stories. Life was simple. I woke up at 5, made coffee, and walked the dog. His name was Bear. He was big and brown and old. We went to the store in town. People there know me. We talk about fish and the next powwow. My cousin sometimes visits from the city. She brings fried bread and jokes. Last month she came for 3 days. We laughed about when we were kids. She left on Wednesday. The house felt empty again, but I was okay. Thursday night everything was still normal. I cooked deer meat and watched the sun go down. The sky turned red over the hills. I locked the door like always and went to bed. The wind blew soft through the trees. I fell asleep fast. Then a sound came. It was after midnight. I woke up because I heard steps on the porch. It was slow steps. Like a man walking carefully. Not an animal. Animals run or scratch. This was 1 foot, then another. I sat up in bed. My heart beat hard. I looked out the window. The moon was bright. The yard was empty. No shadows moved. I told myself it was the wind pushing leaves, then I went back to sleep. Friday morning I checked the porch. There were no marks. I drove to work and forgot about it. But that night it happened again. The steps came at the same time. They walked around the side of the house to the back door. I got out of bed quietly. I stood by the window and waited. The steps stopped right outside. I heard breathing. Heavy, like someone tired. Then nothing. I opened the door fast with my flashlight. There was nothing, just cold air. I felt scared for the first time. Not big scared, just a little. I told my cousin on the phone the next day. She laughed and said kids from town play tricks. But no kids come this far at night. The road is too dark. On Saturday I came home from work and the back door was open. I always lock it with the key. The lock was fine. No break. Inside, my papers on the table were moved. The coffee cup I left was on the floor. Nothing was stolen. I checked every room. Bear barked at the woods but would not go out. His tail was down. That night I did not sleep. I sat in the dark with my rifle by the chair. The rifle is old but works. The steps came again at midnight. They walked to the front door this time. The knob turned slow. Someone tried to open it. I pointed the rifle and yelled, "Who is there?" The knob stopped. I heard feet run into the trees. I stayed awake until the sun came up. Sunday I called the tribal police. 2 officers came. They looked at the dirt by the door. There were boot prints. Big ones. Not mine. The officers said maybe a hunter from outside the reservation got lost. They said lock the doors and call if it happens again. They left. I felt they did not believe me much. After that the fear grew. I felt eyes on me all day. When I drove the truck I looked in the mirror every minute. When I walked the trail to check fences I heard branches break behind me. Not the wind. I turned fast but saw no one. Bear stayed close to my legs. He whined. Monday night the power went out. The lights died at 9. I lit a candle. Then the doorknob turned again. Harder this time. I heard a low voice outside. It whispered words I could not understand. It sounded like our language but old. I grabbed the rifle and stood by the door. The whispering stopped. I opened the door with the chain on. No one. But on the wood there was a note stuck with a knife. The paper said in black letters, "This land is not yours anymore. Leave or bad things come." My hands shook. I knew the land was mine. Papers from the tribe say so. I called my cousin. She said come stay with her in the city. I said no. This is my home. Tuesday I went into the woods with Bear in the daytime. I followed a new path I never saw before. It went deep between the trees where no one hunts. After 1 hour I found an old cabin. It was broken down with moss on the roof. But someone lived there now. The fire pit had hot ash. There were cans of food like the ones I bought. And a shirt that looked like my dad's old hunting shirt. I felt cold inside. I ran home fast. That night Bear did not come back. I called and called. I searched with a flashlight. Near the cabin I found his collar. It was ripped off. Blood on the ground. I cried then. Bear was my friend. I was angry now more than scared. I waited until dark. I took the rifle and hid behind a big tree near the cabin. The moon was full again. Hours passed. My legs hurt. Then I saw him. A man came out of the cabin. He was tall and thin. Long gray hair. He wore old clothes from our people. He looked in the direction of my house. His face was like my grandfather's but with deep scars. He talked to himself. The boy will go soon. The land will be mine. I stepped out. My voice was loud. Who are you? He turned slow. His eyes were dark. He smiled a little. You know me, nephew. I am your uncle. The one they said left. He sat on a log and told me everything slowly. No rush. He said my dad did not die in a hunting accident. They fought by the river over the land. My uncle wanted to sell it to men from the city for money. My dad said no. My uncle hit him with a rock very hard. Then he hid the body in the water and told everyone it was an accident. He left the reservation for 20 years. He lived in other places and got old. But when he heard my mom was sick he came back. He stayed in this cabin and watched us. He made the noises to scare me away. He took my papers to see the land papers. He killed Bear because the dog knew his smell from old times. He said, "The land has oil under it. I can sell and be rich. You are in the way like your dad." I pointed the rifle at him. My hands shook. He laughed and said he had a gun too in his coat. We looked at each other. The woods were quiet. Then I hit him with the rifle but he fell. I tied his hands with rope from the cabin. He did not fight much. He was old and tired. I called the police with my phone. They came fast this time. They took him away in the truck. He told them the same story. He confessed everything. They found my dad's old watch in the cabin. It was the one he wore when he died. Now the house is quiet again. No more steps. No more notes. The police say he will go to prison for a long time. But every night I sit on the porch and listen to the wind. The land knows things. It knew my uncle was here all along. I thought it was just old stories. But the stories were true in a way. Not spirits. Just a bad man from my own blood. I am safe now. The rifle stays by the door. I got a new dog from the neighbor. But sometimes at midnight I still hear a small sound far in the trees. Maybe the wind. Maybe not. I lock the door tight and wait for morning. The land is mine. But it feels heavier now. I know the truth. And the truth is the real horror. It was never outside. It was always in my family. Waiting.